Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a good minute since I last made a video that I posted here, but I have a lot of things to update you guys on, so let's get right into it. Number one, trying to grow my YouTube channel has been a challenge. So I have to apologize because I have not been able to make the videos that I have promised, specifically on sleep training. To be completely honest and vulnerable, it has been a lot trying to juggle between TikTok, having to do a lot of interviews with outlets, trying to do giveaways on Instagram, being a mother, which is my number one job. So trying to juggle it all has been a bit challenging. Sometimes I feel like I bite more than I could chew. I am still very devoted to growing my YouTube channel, and it will be my number one platform where I will be giving family updates. With that being said, guys, as you guys may know, we have been trying to hire help. This is something that has been going on for quite some time. And we did start the search again for a new au pair. We did narrow it down to 2 au pairs, and I will share a little bit about each of the au pairs, how did the interviews go, and essentially who we picked out that we will be welcoming into our family in possibly about a month. The process itself can take between 4 to 8 weeks. And so we literally just made this decision not too long ago, and we're just getting started. But like I said, 2 candidates. The first one, her name was Maria. She was 21 years old. She is from Mexico. And the second one was Janeri. She is 26 years old, and she is from Peru. Both girls are amazing. Let me start saying that off the bat. Both girls had great qualities. So with Maria, she is what I like to call the jack of all trades. I hope I am saying this right. But she essentially was very good at a lot of things. For starters, she has good experience. She is very mature for her age. She's very flexible, has a very strong work ethic. And again, guys, this is all being based on interviews that we have done. This is not something that we can fact check because au pairs live out of the country. And again, although they do have references, for anyone who has watched my lives on TikTok, you guys know how I feel about references. I don't necessarily feel like that is a strong point because anybody can give a good reference. None of your friends will ever give a negative reference if you ask them to. And so I got to take those with a grain of salt. But Maria was very strong on a lot of things. And so I like to consider her the jack of all trades. Her English was good. Darius was able to have a good, solid interview with her. And I really liked her. So that was option 1. Maria from Mexico, 21 years old. Second option was Janeri. She's 26 years old. She is from Peru. She is a 10 out of 10 on work ethic. She is 10 out of 10 with her experience with children, especially with multiples and younger age. However, she was a little bit more of an introvert personality-wise, and her English, I would say, is probably at a level 5. And so those were some of my concerns. Darius did try to interview her, and I really like that she tried. Even though her English wasn't fluent enough to have a, complete conversation with Darius, she definitely gave it her all. She wasn't a quitter, and I really appreciated that. And so because we had 2 good candidates, and we had talked about this, English was a big factor for Darius. I personally felt like Maria was our safe choice because she was so good at everything. Even though deep down inside, I felt like Janeri was my strongest person. But with English being a bit of a barrier there. I was a little concerned that she could depend on me to have to translate. And so that was holding me back from picking Janeri. And therefore, I felt like Maria would be our safe choice. Now, both girls did interview with my parents. Obviously, those interviews were in Spanish. And my parents both really were undecided at first. I think one of the factors why they were undecided is because Maria's personality was so bubbly, and they really appreciated that about Maria. However, for my needs and my family needs, they felt like Janeri was a better fit. And so ultimately, after they discussed it, my parents felt like Janeri was the best choice. I made a decision to interview both girls back to back because I had not been able to do that since those girls were interviewed at different dates and under different circumstances. So I decided, since those were our two top choices, let's go ahead and interview both of the girls back to back, and then I can make my decision. So I decided to do that. And again, it just reinforced how I felt. Maria was a 7 in 5 categories versus Janeri was like a 10 out of 10 in 3 categories, but in 2 categories were pretty low. And again, with me doing social media, I really wanted someone who had a bubbly personality that could maybe not necessarily have to be in my content, but will be at least comfortable with it. And so once I got off the call, I decided I wanted to pick Maria. And I spoke to Darius about it, and Darius could sense that I was making a decision based on our safe choice and not our best choice. And so we spoke about it for about 30 minutes, and he could sense that I really wanted Janeri, which I did. Not going to deny it. Janeri was my top choice beginning to end. And so he felt, based on everything that had transpired with Natalie and me feeling so guilty about losing her, that it was best for us to go with the best choice for our family and not the safe choice. And so after much discussion and me sleeping on it, we ultimately decided to pick Janeri. I did speak to her. I am so excited to welcome her into our home. I know that she's going to work on her English. I know that once she gets to know us, she will feel more comfortable and her personality will kind of shine. But I am very excited that our family finally, after 4 long months, we finally have an au pair who we will welcome into our family. So now that we have picked out our au pair, the paperwork begins. We have to submit paperwork, references, and documentation to the agency that will help us bring our au pair here. And like I mentioned, that will take between 4 to 8 weeks. Now, we had started a lot of the paperwork before, as I mentioned, because we had a girl that we did offer her the job to be our family's au pair. We had already started a lot of the process that we needed. So we are hoping that we can get her here in at least 6 weeks. So by the end of March, we are praying and hoping she can be here. Ideally, I want to have her here before the quad's first birthday because it's such a big event and something I've been working on to plan, that I really, really, really want to have her here. But again, that's not something I can control. Obviously, we have to go through immigration, the embassy, and doing all of that to get her visa approved. So Janeri, if you are watching this, we are so excited. I cannot wait for you to be here. I've been dreaming of having help, guys. I have done the first year by myself. It's been hard. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but I am okay acknowledging that I need help because I do feel like it is getting harder the bigger and older the quads get. So that is that. On other updates, I have been doing a lot of interviews, guys, and I don't know how to feel about it. I just wanted to share that because I pray about this a lot, where I want to make sure my platform is being used for something positive. And every time I get reached out for an interview, I really want to find an angle that I can do an interview where I can inspire other moms and not so much be about me and my story anymore, because I feel like our story has already been out there and there really is nothing else to share. But I have been reached out for by 2 more outlets to do 2 more interviews. And it's just one of those where I'm truly praying about it and trying to get God's guidance. With that being said, guys, I really just want to say thank you for all of the love, the support, for following me here, following our journey on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. We are everywhere. It has been quite the journey. And as we quickly approach the quadruplets' first birthday party, I'm just very excited to see what the future holds. But I just wanted to say thank you, and stay tuned. I, again, apologize that I have not been able to do the videos on sleep training. I know that is one topic that will be very helpful to a lot of moms out there. But if I don't get to the video, I might be doing YouTube lives to answer those questions. So make sure you subscribe and set up your reminders so you can get the notifications. And then I can just answer questions on how I was able to sleep train my quadruplets in hopes that it helps other moms. Because I get a lot, and I do mean a lot of messages for support in that department. And I know that I could be able to provide some tips and tricks that will help. But stay tuned. Love you guys. Thank you for all the love, the support, and stay tuned for more content. Bye, guys.